Hello, this is Charlene. We are going to be comparing car loan options in this video. We'll be using the loan payment formula. That's this formula right here. Um, this is the one we use for payment, but if you notice, we also have a P right here. But this P stands for principal loan amount. So that is going to be how much we are going to borrow. Let's go ahead and read our question and see what kind of information that they've given us. It says that we have decided to borrow $40,000 for a new car. And it says that we have two loan options with regular monthly payments, and that's normal. You will make a payment every month for a year. That's 12 payments in a year. And we have two options here, a 3-year loan at 6.1% interest, or we have a 5-year loan at 7.2% interest. So we're going to put all this information into our loan payment formula. For $40,000, that is our principal loan amount. So that number will go here in the P position for both of our loan options. And in the first one, we're going to have a rate of 6.1%. That rate will go into the R position. Then it'll also go here in the denominator as well. 6.1%, we do not use 6.1%. We use 6.1 divided by 100. So 6.1 divided by 100 lets us remove the percent sign, and so that our decimal version can be used in the actual calculation. So 0.61. That will go into the R position. The fact that we're making regular monthly payments means that the N is going to be equal to 12. And in this first loan, it's a 3-year loan. So that means for our time, we will put a 3 in for time. So that kind of explains where we're going to put all the numbers. For those of you that may or may not be familiar with how to put this into a graphing calculator, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the graphing calculator so you can see how it can be put into the calculator easily, and it'll look exactly like our formula. Okay, so green alpha button, green F1, green alpha F1 says the fraction function numerator over denominator. So I can push enter to choose that. I'm going to start out with my principal loan amount, which is the 40,000. And I've got a parentheses here. I'm going to put the ratio of the rate over the number of payments per year. So that is going to be, I'm going to do alpha F1 again to get another fraction function. I'm going to put 0.061 for the 6.1% percent interest rate on loan number A. I think I put a 1 in there instead of an A. There we go. And then my denominator is my N, which is the number of payments per year. I'll be making 12 payments per year. Go out of that fraction, close the ratio. Now I'm going to go to my denominator, parentheses, lots of parentheses. I think there is a bracket on the graphing calculator somewhere, but I just tend to use all parentheses, lots of parentheses. So parentheses and then 1 minus parentheses 1 plus the ratio again. So again, I'm going to pull up green alpha button, green F1. It gives me a fraction again. And numerator over denominator, it's the same ratio, so it's 0.061 in the numerator. The denominator, again, the number of payments per year, which is 12. Close the parentheses. Oop, nope, I'm not going to go back and delete that. Get out of the fraction, then close the parentheses. Now I'm going to raise it. Now, if you noticed over here, this is actually a negative. Let me erase this stuff so make sure you can see that. That's a negative N times T. So that means that I am going to raise it with the up caret button, and I'm going to use this little negative down here, not the minus sign, use the negative sign down here. So negative, the number of payments per year is 12. I'm going to multiply that times the number of years. Well, loan A is 3-year loans. I will do that times 3 years. And I'm going to push enter, and that gave me 1218.690. So our monthly payment for loan A is going to be monthly payment is going to be the 1,218 figure. And since it is 69 cents, we're going to round it up. So the monthly payment for loan A is going to be $1,219. So we're going to do exactly the same thing for loan B. We're going to put all of our numbers into our calculator and pop out the monthly payment for loan B. And when we put all those numbers in correctly for loan B, we will come out with a loan monthly payment for loan B of 795. The 82 cents, we're going to round up. So our final loan payment for loan B is going to be $796. So far, it looks like if we want a lower payment, we definitely want to go with loan B because it's only $796 instead of 1,200. But we've got other things to consider before we make a final decision. Let's scroll down and find the total interest for each of our loans. We can find the total interest by finding all of my car payments and subtracting the borrowed amount. And of course, we need to remember that the borrowed amount is also the loan amount. Okay, so but the first part of that is all my car payments. How do I find all my car payments? Well, I can multiply my car payment, so like the payment, and how many payments a year am I going to make? I'm going to make 12 car payments per year. And I am going to do that for how many years? Well, loan A was a 3-year loan. So we'll multiply the payment amount times 12 months times 3 years. And when I do that, I come up with all my car payments are equal to 43,884. And then, but I need to subtract off how much I borrowed. Well, I borrowed $40,000. So that means that for loan A, I am going to make payments totaling 43,884, and I am going to subtract off the 40,000 that I borrowed, and that is going to give me um, interest. The interest, I should say the total interest for loan A is going to be equal to $3,884. So I'll do exactly the same thing for loan B. My car payment for loan B was only $796. But again, you can see that I multiply my car payment of 796 times 12 payments per year for 5 years. The loan B was a 5-year loan. When I multiply all of those, my um, car payments for loan B total $47,760. And I'm going to subtract off again the amount that I borrowed, my loan amount. And so when I do that, I find that my total interest for loan B is equal to $7,760. So the thing is, though, is I'm paying less interest on loan A, and I am paying more interest on loan B. But we want to go ahead and compare those things. We want to compare the monthly payment and the total interest for both of my loans. And when I do that, my first loan was the 3-year loan with the 6.1% interest. So we just found out that our payment for the 3-year loan is equal to $1,219. We found that the total interest on loan A is 3,884. And on the loan B, my payment amount was $796, and for loan B, my interest is $7,760. So the thing is, though, I do have a lower payment on loan B. but I have less interest on loan A. So if I can afford to make a $1,219 payment, I would be paying less in interest on this one if I can afford to pay $1,219 every month. But if I cannot afford that, then I may have to choose the $796 because I can spread it out over the 5-year loan. It's a 5-year loan. So that's one reason why I have to pay more interest because I will be paying interest for a longer period of time. But even though I'm paying higher interest, I will have a lower payment. So you just have to decide which one is best for you. Do I want a higher payment and less interest? Can I afford the higher payment and therefore get less interest? Or do I need the lower payment? So those give you the options that are available to you. So before you leave, just click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, and come back and see us real soon. Thank you.